Hey, I love this show. I can't believe we're here talking about the After Party season two. But in the first season we saw, the after party of a high school reunion. This one's the after party of a wedding. But why do these things always happen at rich people's houses, do you think?
I think it is interesting, like the socioeconomics of murder mysteries, that it's never like a kind of like lower middle class house where like
Never.
a teacher is married to a nurse and they're like doing okay, but it's not like it's always these like opulent surroundings. I don't know. I think people are like happier to see rich people get murdered, maybe. Whereas like if it's someone who's not rich, it feels worse. But if it's like, wow, they probably had it coming if they were some like gigantic magnate. So maybe that's
True.
part of it. Clue, maybe the board game Clue has just sort of programmed us to feel that murders only happen in places where there's um whatever the solariums and shit. I don't know.
I was gonna say there's more nooks and crannies for you to look through, right?
That's true. That's true. They studio apartment murder. It's like there's not that
Boring.
many. Exactly.
Hey, your character is so funny. I feel like the situation is that whenever there's something going on in the room, he says what everyone else is potentially thinking or whatever is coming into his brain. Was it like that for you? Was that just were all of your lines kind of like were they delivered like that? Like, like I like books and stuff, like it just had me in stitches.
Oh, thanks. That's so nice. I don't know. I think like someone told me this thing once is like the loudest conversation in the room is the one no one's having. And I
Hmm.
always like characters who are not aware of the sort of social niceties, who are just who are quite literal and direct, because it's not how I function usually in my own life. And so
Yeah.
yeah, I like characters who will speak subtext as text.
In Australia, after parties are often called kick-ons, which I don't know if you know this or not.
Econ,
Kick-ons, as in you're kicking on somewhere else. So I'm going to
econs.
give you, yeah, so I'm going to give you two truths and a lie about three things you might see at kick-ons, okay?
Okay.
So the first one is something called a goon bag. The second thing is possibly some budgie smugglers. And the third thing would be a spud. So we've got two truths and a lie. What would you not see at kick-ons?
Goon bags. And not because they're not out there. There are goon bags everywhere you look, but I don't think that they are native to Australia.
They actually are. And you know what it is? Is it you're gonna hate yourself because it's cask wine. And so what we do in Australia is we take the cask wine out of the box and the silver bag that it's in, that's affectionately known as a goon bag in Australia. So budgie smugglers are speedos and a spud is a potato. I just thought maybe you wouldn't see a spud at kick-ons in Australia.
Wait, a budgie smuggler is budgie penis?
Yeah, pretty much.
Sorry,
Because it
I don't
looks
know if
like
I'm allowed to say that, but
no,
I
it's
just want
totally
to
fine.
understand. Is budgie smuggler penis smuggler?
It looks like you're smuggling a budgie bird, like a budgerigar, in your pants. So that's why they're called budgie smugglers.
Got it, got it, got it. So which bird
Hey,
depends on how well endowed. Like some people would be like an egret smuggler, and some people would be like a hummingbird, depending on
exactly.
what your sort of ornithological endowment is.
I won't ask you what you're smuggling, but thank you so much for chatting to me today. This show is fantastic and you
Sorry,
are hilarious and
you're
people are going
hilarious.
to love it. Thank you again.